Alright folks, so today we're going to go over this Twilight Princess Midna tattoo for those of you who are a bunch of, gaming nerds. And yeah, I have a client who asked for this tattoo quite a while ago, but she has fallen on some financial iffiness, and so she'll be coming in for this guy in a little while. And you're kind of noticing that what I've done is cut a couple of references out, and while again I do my tracing thing, notice how I am not actually tracing over the given designs. I really only traced over that head area to make sure that I got Link's wolf form correct. Did a little bit of tracing to make sure I got the Midna form correct and her big hips, and now I'm going over and making sure whatever that head hand is that she's got, is correct. And that's really just for this rough blocking on that purple layer, just that initial set there. And then the rest I'm kind of using, tattoo rules for where that back leg should go, and the front legs and stuff. Very similar to how one would do like a panther or a tiger tattoo design. Now I'm just looking at references up at the top there on the upper right corner, just to make sure that I'm getting, like that little triangle symbol and Link's forehead correct, making sure that, when I get to Midna's mask, I'm doing all of the little detail, whatever those Aztec-y swirls are, making sure that I'm getting her right. Also, I'm kind of looking at the wolf design, the wolf Link, to make sure that I understand where his color markings are, like those gray swoops in his face and on his back legs there, that kind of stuff. Just little things like that, right? Here I am tracing over just the mask of a completely different Midna design that had it at the angle I wanted it at. But again, notice how I just use it for that first basic little bit and then have to move it aside because it's a tattoo, and the line work that I want to use for this tattoo is going to want to be super specific to tattoo style rules of the fewest lines possible to still communicate your design, right? Notice how I've made her hair that is the hand a little bit bigger and taller to balance that out, kind of actually even make it look more like flames and go along with the wolf tail lines that I've got, right? Little things like that you're just going to want to do to make sure that you've got your tattoo correct. And now I just thought it would be cool, and I talked to my client about this. We're going for a hex background sort of idea. And again, you'll notice, well, I'm using a hex grid. I'm not tracing directly over it. I'm using it to just kind of help myself, and you'll notice how my grid breaks apart and fades into the background, as it goes up towards the elbow there, and that is absolutely on purpose. You'll see how the hex grid is a little bit wider as well, because that will wrap around so that the wrist is fully covered on this sleeve, but then that the underside or the back of that arm is not. So it'll be kind of like a flame sleeve, I guess, in the shaping of this overall tattoo, right? If we're looking at the shadow or the thumbnail that will be on the client, what part of the body it covers. And that's really it, folks. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to thicken up some of the outlines because I am doing this in more of a cartoony, guess you could call it a neo-traditional style, right? So as I get the details in the Link Wolf's face going on here and make sure that, it will translate well, you'll also see that I'm just going through the outermost outline and thickening some of these outlines up, because it will give it a bolder, more cartoony feel, but also it's just really nice to have some darker line weights around your drawings, depending on the style you're going for. Yeah, and that's the style I'm going for with this piece, and hopefully you can see it's making it bolder and just more defined, and it makes those little thinner detail lines that are in the intersections of the piece just that much more interesting, right? Yeah, so that's it. That's the design. That's how I do it. Yes, I did do a little bit of tracing, absolutely. But as you can tell, this has turned out to be a 100% custom piece. It's designed to go exactly on this spot on my client's forearm. And hopefully I will have an update video for you soon of what this piece is going to look like. Otherwise, thanks for watching, folks. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.